to it. But for right now, I want to introduce our next speaker who, first of all, her background is amazing. And she's got this, she has a very big atmosphere of purple as her color. And if you look into the Bible, and I don't mean to get, religious on y'all, but I'll tell you this, there is a significance with the color purple and royalty, and in essence, a way of creating that space for yourself where you are the purpose in that color. And she wears that color well. She wears it all the time. And it is, it's a part of her whole, it's really a part of her as a person. And I'm going to let Al and her go into this a little bit more, but thank you. This is Maggie's Bliss, and I'm going to introduce Maggie and let Al go into asking Maggie all of the questions right now. And I'm going to go into the background for y'all, and I'm going to create more banners for Maggie. So Maggie, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and so does Al. And look at your beautiful background. See what I mean, you guys? She's got her, see, she's got her crystals over here. She's got her candle. I mean, look at this. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, I'm really looking forward to this. This is so much fun. It's just so much fun. Like, I'm having a great time, and thank you so much for being here. So I'm going to mute up, get off of this stream, and let Al take it over.
Hi, Maggie. How are you?
Hi, Al. Good to see you. I'm so happy to be here. And thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Al, for having me. I'm very grateful to be invited and humbled. I'm so excited.
Well, I'm glad that that you're on the show also. It's been a while, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say. So I'm going to start off real quick here. I'm going to ask you a high-level question. Why are you so amazing?
Let's answer it in a high-level way, because we're all one. We're all a part of the divine universe, and we are all connected. And what I see in you is in me. What you see in me is in you, and we're all like awesome people. Every one of us has that special spark, and we just need to tune in and tap into that and ignite it and share what we are.
Okay, and thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. So so you obviously tuned in, and you've also obviously found it, and let's say that it is your purpose, and you're living your purpose. How did you find your purpose, and how are you living it?
So, I normal upbringing, I suppose. And then I started, so here's, let's go back to the beginning. I was kind of like in a, kind of like pattern of admin assistant jobs over and over and over again. And then, of course, I had a decade of really being way overweight, obese, and I was over 225 pounds. And
what?
Yeah. So
wow.
Then there was a point where everyone has to surrender and just be like, okay, I surrender. What is meant to be will be. And there was a part of me saying, I'm just going to be chubby for the rest of my life. And then I don't know how much long after that, I said, no, that's not quite it. What I needed to do, and what I started to do, was honor my body. It is a part of, our body is our temple. It's a part of us. It's a part of our spirit. Our spirit is in every cell of our body. So I really, as I started to become an energy healer, I started to realize that I wanted to feel good. So if it doesn't matter how much you weigh, as long as you're healthy and you feel good. So I wanted to feel good and feel closer to spirit, to God, to the divine, whatever that source creator that created us. And a part of that was me not overeating anymore, starting to eat less, moving my body more. And when I started, it was a ripple effect. I moved my body more. And then I found, because I was doing a workout, that at the end, every workout, there was 10 minutes of yoga. And I said, I need more of that. So then I became a yoga teacher trainer, became a yoga teacher. And now I'm a yoga teacher trainer as well. And so I lost the weight, and I at the same time was in pattern after pattern of relationship madness. So you start to see the patterns and you're like, what's happening? Why do I keep attracting the same, like it was the same different things over and over again? So I started to say no to that relationship, started to clear it out, started to like say, okay, I need, first to just be with me. But like I started to say no, right? So I said no, and I didn't have any more of that. And then the universe sent me one person more, right? That embodied all of the different repetitions that I was, like the chronic liars, chronic cheat, like every little thing was in this one person. And I was like, oh my God. I had to say no one more time. Universe, thanks, but no thanks. I'm gonna I'm gonna, hold out for what's right for me. So you start by treating yourself right, of course. And then you choose yourself. And then as you do that, you start to chase what you love. You do your passions, and then you do more and more of that. And then you just attract what you're meant to attract. You attract, especially if that's what you want. You want a person, like another person, to love you. You love yourself first, and that person is going to love you the way you love yourself. You're going to attract that right person. So like, and of course I met my hubby now. After a year of being alone and just doing me and enjoying that. But I built my passions. Like it took like one step. It really is. It's not like I need to do all these things. It's like one step and it ripples out in your life. It's pure magic.
Well, so for more than 19 years, you become this person. You're a yoga spiritual teacher, a shamanic master healer, a channeler, an author, a metaphysical. I mean, you just do everything, and you become an expert in channeling, healing, astrology, gemology. I mean, so much. How in the world did you stay on purpose? Especially when you start bringing all these other things into your life and new things. How did you stay on track?
So, it was like one step at a time. So everyone in astrology, so let's say this, everyone in astrology has, and not just astrology, rather just like the whole picture of who you are. Everyone has their level of activity that they're meant to do. And me being an Aries people tend to have a little bit of an extra multitasking thing going on. They can do this thing and that thing and that thing, and they do more of all the things. But we still, just like Nicole was saying before, we still need to tune into the community and have our tribe and do our passion and our specialty, and someone else will do that thing and that specialty, so that we're not overtaxed doing stuff that we don't want to be doing. Our energy is important. So I mean, that answers that question. Sort of.
So somehow, some way, you're able to stay focused and realize that there's something here you have to fulfill, and there's a purpose to fulfill. There's something that at least you would think innately you want to complete before you transition to the other side.
Yeah.
So, what is your focus? Where are you headed? What's your purpose? Tell us that.
So that's a good transition into what we're chatting about, right?
Right.
My focus is to assist people in rising up to their passions, their bliss, what makes them feel joy and love and happiness and feel free and connected to their source, what is truly what they're meant to be. Like one of my favorite taglines is follow your bliss. It's your spiritual compass. And it really is. You have to chase that dream and know that you're meant to deserve it, and know that what you're chasing is chasing you. So you start to finally say, oh, I really should be doing that, even if it's part-time, just a little bit. But my dream, like what I'm hoping to do, is like to share that with people, to share my passions in energy healing, gemology, essential oils, sacred sound journeying, which is another one of my passions. Like share what I can in order to assist people in just rising up into their own light and seeing the life out there and being filled with gratitude like every day. So like throughout all of my learnings, everything comes down to your intention. Everything is your intention, from energy healing, from working with crystals, from doing Feng Shui, we're going to chat about a little bit. It's your intention first. And if you have none of that, no tools, like you're out somewhere and, oh, I don't have my crystals, I don't have my oils, I don't got my magical wand, I don't have my cleansing and clearing sage, white sage, right? Like herbs. It's falling off. I just burned it before we started because I had to clear the space. White sage, right? Antibacterial, antimicrobial, and it cleanses and clears your space as well as creates a sacred container. So even when you're doing Feng Shui, yes, do Feng Shui. Yes, pull on your tools when you have them. But if you don't, it all still starts with you and your intention. If that's weak or not quite there or not quite in that focus, you're only going to get more of that. No matter what you do in the physical realm, it's more of, first you have to say, okay, what is my intention? And I'm going to do that. So when I finally got sick of my own crap, that's when my life finally like really started to like expand and into
Maggie, I want you to repeat that again. I want everybody to understand what you just said. The last 30 seconds, repeat that again, because that's important.
When I started to get sick of my own crap, that's when life started.
Right on, girl.
That's right.
You go. Right on. I totally understand and I totally agree.
Yes.
So I know you got more to this, but so I'm going to ask you a question. So right now, a lot of people, because of 2020, they're going through some major overhaul and lifestyle changes because what's happened in 2020. And a lot of people are talking disempowering thoughts or thinking disempowering thoughts, talking disempowering to themselves, thinking things are not going to get better. And what they're doing is they're sending out that intention that life is screwed. How does a person go from one end to the other? How do they flip that?
It really is a decision. Sometimes the universe is going to force it on you and you're going to be forced to face it, or you're going to finally say something. Sometimes it's a traumatic event that sparks people, and sometimes it doesn't take a traumatic event if you make the choice and say, I'm going to choose something a little better. So like our cells are listening to our entire body. It's energy, and it's listening to our thoughts and the way we're thinking. So look up Dr. Emoto. You can Google him and you can see what he did with water, all the experiments. When you talk to water and it's negative and it has really gross talking, speaking, energy, or music, then you're going to get more of that. He took it under a microscope and it was sludge. You don't want to drink that water. And then he did the same thing with love, with energy, with happy thoughts, joyful thoughts, gratitude, good, soothing music, uplifting music. And that created those crystals that of just beauty, and you want more of that. So like start to talk to yourself. It's energy. You send it out there, and if you wouldn't say that to someone that you love, don't say it to yourself, because you're going to create more of that. So it's starting to say, oh my God, we're made up of mostly water, so we're creating that. So guess what? Start talking to yourself nicely, even if at first you're like, I don't know if I quite believe this, but start, and then it does create the shift energetically. It's powerful. Everything is energy, and we have to do that.
Totally agree.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but go ahead.
Oh no, that was perfect. But I would love to talk to you. So start with your intention. So let's say you wanted to work with Feng Shui. If you remember nothing else with what I say about Feng Shui, remember this: clutter, clear. That's huge. Declutter. Like right now, we're in the middle of it big time. We're going to be selling our house, so making the shift, right? So there's a lot of decluttering going on. I thought I had done it, and there's more to be done. Our energy is attached to everything that we own. So if we're owning stuff that either makes us feel like crap or kind of drains our energy, or we just never looked at it for a year or 4 years or 5 years, why do you still have it? We can't take it with us. So what you can do is those things that you go through one room, don't overwhelm yourself. One room, one closet, even just your purse or your wallet. Say, do I need this? Is this making me feel good? Or is this dipping my energy? And then trash it if it's making you feel not so great. If it's something that someone else can use, put it in the giveaway pile. But for you, make sure that you clutter clear so that you have that space to create and feel like you can expand your energy. So in Feng Shui, I'm going to show you this Bagua map. We have 9 sections that we deal with in Feng Shui. These 9 sections, you're going to overlay your house. Like if you were looking at your house from an aerial view, This will be your front door section. So wherever it falls, mine's right in dead center. Yours might be off to the side. This can be done over your whole house, over a room or apartment. Like if you're in an apartment, you're only going to put it over your apartment, not the entire building. So choose that. If you have several floors, focus on the main floor, the most important first. The others count, but not as important. If you have a garage attached, yes, it matters. Get the garage in this Bagua map. So this in Feng Shui, you divvy your house up 9 equal parts, and they each have a section that means something. So here's your front door, right? Career center, career. So you want your front door, no matter whether your career, your front door is off to the side or not, it's still going to match. It's still going to be about your career, because that's the chi, where the energy flows into your home. You want your front door to stand out from everything else in your home. So like, that's why you'll go by houses and see a lot of red doors, but the house is completely different color. Mine happens to be purple. So you got to do what you do, you and what resonates with you, what makes you feel good. So call the energy and make it, dress it up nicely. We might be moving where we're going to have some restrictions on what we can do with the color of the outside of the house, but I can dress it up with lights, with just like decor, plants, like flower. Like what can you do to make that energy flow into your front door? And that's going to bring in business for you, opportunities, helpful people, like all the things that you're looking for, love, everything. So here we have career, knowledge, and cultivation, right? Spirituality is said to be here, sometimes in the center. And then we have helpful people and resources is here. Just to go over it real fast, health is in the center. So what's happening in the center of your home? How's your health? What's happening with wealth back here? Purple. And then love in the purple. So, and then fame and reputation way in the back, or love and partnerships way in the back right of your home. So what are you trying to call in? Family and health is over here too. And then we have children and great creativity over here. So what is it that you're calling in? And then you're going to work with the energy. So start first with, okay, right now, this is my challenge spot. So I'm going to work with, like, oftentimes people will come to me about abundance and prosperity or love. So clear out the corner that you're working with, or the section that you work with in your home. See what's happening there. Do you have a trash bag or trash in your wealth corner? Move the trash or cover it with something. Make sure that's it, you know, if it needs to be there, like maybe it's your kitchen. But different things are going to, think of metaphors. Different things are going to mean different, have different energy that you're going to call in and try to create. So work with this. And then, like, we layer the magic of Feng Shui. So we did clutter cleared. You can add in the color that represents what each of these are. So for here, you know, like black, up here, pink, and pink for love and relationships, purple and wealth, etc. If those colors, like there's someone, a client of my teachers didn't like pink, but she still put pink because she wanted to attract love. She still put pink, a pink statue she didn't like, in the love and relationship area of the home. And then she went back to her and said, I'm not attracting love. What's happening? And she just said, do you like that statue? What's happening here? Like, she came back and looked to see what she was doing in that section of the home. She didn't like it. I mean, if you don't like it, it's not going to vibe. It's not going to be right. Remember, it comes back to your intention. So it's not going to bring love to you. So she just brought something else that represented love to her there. So for me, I'm obsessed with crystals. So we segue into gemstones, right? So they are frequencies and energy. Like everything in the universe has frequency and vibration and energy, everything. And so these crystals are great tools for you. They won't do the full job because it's backed by your intention, but they will help you. They can help clear the way for you. They can raise your vibe. They can call in prosperity, abundance, and flow. So I'll set up, either just put crystals in certain sections in the home, or I'll do full altar setups. Like I have an altar back here with a crystal grid that's set up to be to the 4 directions, the 4 elements, and calling that in. So you layer your magic and you do more and more and more, and you call in this magical energy. It's powerful, and you have to resonate with it. What works for you? So maybe you just want to do Feng Shui, but you don't want to do the crystal thing. Maybe you want to use essential oils instead, or herbs. You can do that too. They have representation and frequency and vibration that calls in what you need. So I'm going to just show you just a couple, because so many people are really wanting to attract prosperity and abundance. And even if it's not money that you want to attract, but you want to maybe make sure that you're still in the flow and you want to attract abundance, a great stone, I have a couple, is citrine. and this is double terminated. That means it's pointed on both ends. This is also citrine in the form of a star. So you can layer with shapes too and add a little extra magic to it. But these crystals help you focus your intention. But remember, you're the magical wand. You can even use your finger and say, that's my focus. That's where I'm going. That's what I'm intending. And then you can activate your crystals in your crystal grid, which I can show you how as well. But these, not only do these work for your energetic purposes and prosperity and abundance, this is for power. This is your solar plexus in our 7 system chakras, right? We have the power center, so calling in empowerment. They also, all crystals also have a physical health benefit or many benefits to them. Like this one is great for kidneys. I remember because I have a little bit of a kidney thing that was going on, and I didn't know why I was obsessed with citrine, and then I found out that, oh, it helps with kidneys. So you're going to be attracted to what you're meant to have. So like me, purple, yes, love it. Attracted to that color, that frequency, and that vibration. Amethyst is another beautiful stone for spirituality, calling in your psychic abilities, opening up your crown chakra, and psychic protection as well. You're going to be drawn to, like for me, everyone's drawn to like one specific stone that's powerful for them. Like I have a friend obsessed with rose quartz, which is love and unconditional love, all that. Rose quartz, right? You're calling in love. Get your rose quartz pink stone. Quartz is magnification for everything. Quartz is in citrine and amethyst. So
let me ask you something before you continue. So let's say we have somebody in the audience that's not into crystals or stones. How do they know which one to buy or get?
So for me,
what's the first one?
Right, I didn't actually. I was pulling on amethyst everywhere. I loved it, and people knew to buy me my purple stone. And then I found out about amethyst after and what it all entailed, and I was like, wow, okay, that makes sense, because one of my main goals is to open that third eye, the crown, to connect to source in order to assist myself in raising and evolving, as well as assisting others in raising and evolving their frequency, their vibration, and chasing their passion. But so you'll be drawn to like one or two. One that you can get is one of the cheapest, right? Is quartz. Get yourself some quartz, because guess what quartz does? Quartz is not only a magnifier and it removes negative energy, it raises the vibe in your home. Quartz, this is a Merkaba shaped quartz. I'm trying to get it in that right shape there. So quartz also can act as if it touches every single stone in the world. It's all around the planet. So it can act as if. So let's say you're like, I don't have money for that $60, $100 stone, but you have a $3 quartz point or something in your possession. It's $3, but you can say, okay, you're going to consecrate your quartz stone. Say, I want you to act as if you are citrine. And then you will be that until I say so. And then you'll say, okay, now I'm done with you. Go back to being quartz. Whatever you say, it's your intention. It doesn't have to be like a specific thing. So you can get something real cheap. See if you resonate. So for me, like in order to assist my home and being that, mecca of energy, protection, safety, peace, upliftment, and bringing in, clients and prosperity, I've not only put in my Reiki symbols in all the corners of the land and in the home and every room, I've also done the same thing with crystals and stones. I've done black tourmaline is grounding. Just going to throw it to right now. Black tourmaline is grounding. And it's protective, and it's healing for the physical body. So I have black tourmaline in the 4 corners of the land, 4 corners of each room in the home, and selenite, which is, do I have it? Here's some selenite. I have it everywhere. So selenite, pure light, in anything that's not of love and light, high vibration energy it will not stick to selenite. So this means you can use this to cleanse and clear your stones too, which is awesome. But I have selenite in the 4 corners of the land, 4 corners of the home. And then I also have quartz in 4 corners of the land in the home. So I did a whole thing. But that will assist. So if you're not drawn to crystals, that's okay. You're going to have your own other way of doing it. You can do it energetically. I'm very visual, so I do a lot of visualizations of cleansing and clearing the energy in the home and the land, and it's powerful. One other stone, like epidote, is a beautiful stone to show you. That one is a great manifester. It manifests for you. It also manifests and brings you more of what you are. So be careful what your thoughts are when you have epidote. And then we have fulgurite. I just thought this was really cool to show you guys. Fulgurite has a hole in the middle. Most of them do. Is made by lightning hitting sand. And it creates this. And this is like lightning. It's going to attract and manifest what you desire faster. And shamans will blow into their fulgurite with their intentions and send it to the universe. So it's kind of like really, really interesting stuff there.
Wow. Cool.
Talking really fast. I just wanted to make sure I had time to cover some gemstones for you guys, the Feng Shui. But of course, if you have questions, always let me know. And then
Maggie, I do have a question.
I think it's Nicole.
Yeah.
You're sounding a little. I think a little choppy. Can I hear you now?
Yeah. Are you there?
I can hear you.
Oh, you can. I can
Okay.
hear Al. I don't know what's happening.
Uh-oh. Okay. So Maggie, this is really interesting. I love the fulgurite. So this fulgurite is this is literally lightning hitting sand.
Yes.
Okay. And then this is the
dig it up through the sand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so you're going through the crystals. Let me ask you a question for this, because this is really interesting on how, you know, like Al said, okay, well, they don't have $90 or $100 to, you know, buy the crystals or whatnot. And it's a good question. But for someone that's going to find their purpose, and you went through Feng Shui and you went through the positioning of where things should be within their home, what is the purpose? How will they be able to find their purpose in relation to using the crystals? What is something that, for example, here you are, you're overweight, you're doing the same thing over and over again, hitting your head against the wall, which, you know, we expect to actually do something different. We've all been there, right? And sometimes we just keep going there. But how were you able to create this intention? And you said you got sick of your crap. You got so sick of your crap that you just said, okay, something's got to change. What was the intention or the series of intentions that you put out to the universe that was able to help you?
So finally, after a decade of yo-yo.
Yay.
Oh, are we on?
We are.
Yes. That's how powerful your crystals are.
Yeah. No kidding. Hey, okay, so we were at a space where you were talking about.
Is it working? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. So to answer your question, so when I was getting sick of my own, you know, and wanting to lose weight, I literally set the intention, because it's very important how you phrase it. You can't say, I don't want to be overweight anymore, because your brain thinks about that overweightness. So you work with the frequency and the vibration of how you're going to phrase something. And I would say, I intend that I am 80 pounds lighter. I ended up losing at least 90 or more pounds. So I got to whatever my healthy weight was. But at the time I was like, I intend that I am 80 pounds lighter, feeling good. And then the same thing at around the same time with my career, because I was sick of that. And this time I did an intention circle just with 2 other women. We just said, let's do this. So we wrote down our intentions and we read it off in our little room. We talked about, we said our intentions out loud. And while each person did it, we just focused on the person. And then we finished with a nice om, good to go. Next day, get laid off. And then I call and I'm like, what just happened? What did we do? So I got laid off from a job that I was crying every day from. So it was a blessing. So I was able to go back to school, learn graphic design. And I've been in a job as a graphic designer for over 16 years. So it's intentions are powerful. And if we just allow ourselves to intend it, believe it, and here's something I was just telling my husband last night again. They did this study where you have a group of people, remember this, and then they focus on something and bring peace to the land or to the town or whatever. And they had this group of people focus on an intention, and they were doing it, but it took some effort, and it was just a small improvement. Then they did it again, but this time they told everyone, okay, just focus on the gratitude that has happened already. Bring yourself to gratitude. So they brought themselves to gratitude, maybe visualized what was happening, and just so happy that this happened. It happened, like it started to create and manifest what their goal was. So that's powerful if you do that. Coming to gratitude and then just surrendering to where you are now, knowing that improvement is coming and you're creating those shifts and changes in your life by your choice. And then, of course, the universe will have some assistance.
I have a question for her, Nicole. Maggie, so let me ask you this. So let's say you're putting out an intention in regards to money, and your ego jumps in and says, excuse my language, this is bullshit, this is not going to work. How do you deal with your ego when your ego's trying to convince you that what you're intending is not going to happen or isn't happening, and your ego jumps in and says, let me prove you right. This is not working. How did you deal with that? Because we all have an ego. So how did you deal with that?
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It does take work and dedication, and it does happen quite often. We're human, and that's what we're up against is our own like patterns of what we're meant to like not fight through, but like finally say, okay, I'm done with that pattern. And so for me personally, how I get rid of that or work towards is meditating. Meditating is huge. It gets me into that peaceful moment of everything's really okay. Getting out and walking in nature helps me. And then also just knowing that 17 seconds, 34 seconds, or a minute, just focusing on what that is that you desire, and then know and be dedicated throughout your day to not counteract that thought with negative thoughts that counteract, like, oh, I intend that I am rich and I'm wealthy and I'm calling in a prosperity and abundance. You will attract what you believe you deserve. So the more you do that, the more you're going to feel, okay, you know what? I said 100,000, but I got 1,000. I knew I deserved that much. So then you keep reaching for it and it kind of escalates. And if you do it and you're like in that really powerful mode, you can make more things happen. But it really is, it's just dedicated to your energy saying, oh my gosh, I was in that negative thought again. So I'll take a moment, I'll breathe, and then perhaps meditate, and then say, no, I'm not wanting to attract that anymore. That's a pattern. So it's just being diligent with your thoughts and with your energy. And then if someone comes in and they're saying the same thing that you negatively thought all along, you were trying to counteract it, just either get away from that or set yourself up in your brain to talk. You're like telling them that's, you can tell them if you want, if you think they're going to hear you, that's negative thinking. I can't be thinking like that. What I want to do and what I am doing is attracting my desires of being abundant and free and prosperous and with a loving partner, and I'm deserving. And that's what like a lot of people need to know, that they are deserving. You are deserving of all that you wish and all that you desire. And energy is energy, right? Energy is all around us, and it can be positive and negative. We have a spectrum, and it's up to us to choose to make that energy what it will be. So if that energy that came in is kind of ugh, you can choose to shift it and change it and bring it into something new. So the energy is always going to be there. So it's up to you to clear out, or rather transmute, that icky energy to something that more pleasing, right? That you would like. With regard to this Find Your Purpose Friday, right? This is fluorite. It's hard to see. It's purple, green, some other colors, like sometimes you can see maybe blues, but this is a pyramid. Fluorite, very inexpensive stone too. Soul pathing stone. This will help you find your path. Like, it's very subtle. You can hold the crystals on your person. You can have them touch your skin, or you can have them, like I said, in crystal grids around your home too. So I just wanted to mention that before I forget, because that was very important for Find Your Purpose Friday. Do we have time for like a 3-minute meditation?
Go.
What'd you say?
Go.
Oh, I thought you said no.
Yeah, I said go.
Let's do it. So I brought my moldavite and quartz singing bowl. Moldavite's high vibration cosmic energy. Sound healing is powerful. It's the alchemy. It's energy healing of the future. So let's just begin. So just close your eyes for a few moments. Take a deep breath. Settle your energy. Relax your shoulders. And we call in the great guardians, angels, archangels, gatekeepers of the horizontal force, the vertical force, to be here now, guide us, protect us, work with us and through us on our journey. Begin to visualize, right? Visualize or feel, whatever your choice is, whatever comes to you. Visualize and feel an energy around you. It's flowing like waves. It's colorful. See what colors come up for you. Could be all the colors of the rainbow, or maybe a strong vibration in pink or purple or blue might come to you. See the waves of energy. And just while you're in the waves of these energy vibrations, focus on your intention for this mini meditation. Set your intention now, all of us, right now, all who are live, all who are watching the recording, all of us are putting the energy forth for us and for you. Powerful group energy. What is your intention? I intend that. I claim that. I am deserving of that. Is it love, prosperity, abundance? Is it peace? Is it health? Focus on your intention. You'll feel the vibration in your body. And begin now to feel yourself in a beautiful, sacred space. You are outside in nature, on beautiful rolling hills, meadow with flowers. Notice the colors of the flowers. Feel the warmth of the sun in your skin. Listen to the air as it blows through those beautiful green leaves in the trees. As you breathe in the fresh air and enjoy the earth under your bare feet, walk. Feel the serenity and the peace, knowing that there's nothing to do, nowhere to be, just being here right now, breathing. Here in this field, you begin to feel that energy wave, that energy field, once again, flowing through you as you walk. And you realize this is the field that's all around us all the time, experiencing everything, your thoughts, your emotions, your past, your present, your future. Focus on what it is you desire now. Focus on your intention. You may even begin to see your thoughts go out there, into the field, into the universe, creating and calling in that which you desire. As you reach for it, it reaches for you. Everything is in perfect divine order. Feeling refreshed, rejuvenated. You feel through your intention, it is magnified 1,000-fold. So shall it be. Aho, amen, and so it is. We thank the guardians, the angels, the gatekeepers for their extra attention during our mini meditation. And we release you. And as you are ready, begin to allow your awareness to come back into the present moment, into your body, wiggling fingers and toes, opening your eyes. Anything that has been released, we can turn our hands down to earth and send it for transmutation into pure light.
That was great.
Yay! I hope that was good for everyone.
Oh my gosh, that was
Any questions, let me know.
I love the bowl. That is so.
I'm obsessed, yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things. We have a few more minutes, so I just want to go over a couple of things with you. First, thank you for guiding us in that meditation. And I know that there's a lot more to that than just, this simple 3-minute exercise. And one of the things that I want to share with the people that are watching, as well as the people that are going to be watching the replay, for all of you, is in your meditations and in your crystals and how you got started. How many years did it take for you to start really clearing your energy and seeing the, things come to you and all of the manifestations, and you're like, wow, okay, I can now see this? How long did that take?
It was little by little, step by step, really, because I would just be shown, and that's like, it's so good to start small because you'll believe it more. And then you start going a little over that smallness to something bigger. And then you believe that. And then you get, it was a progression, and it's a lifelong process, really, of clearing out and rising up. Right. But yeah, like, it was little things would start to happen. You can send out to the universe your tiny request, and then you see that come in and say, "Oh, maybe there's something to this." I started small with, "Okay, I'm gonna ask for purple flowers." So I want purple flowers. So then that same day, I got purple flowers in reference to stories I read online and books, and I'm like, "No, no, no, no! I want real purple flowers in my hand." So that day I get home from work, I was living with my sister at the time. She came home and said, "I was inspired. I got you flowers." They're all the colors of the purple variations. And I was just like, oh my God, this stuff is real.
Wow.
Like, just that little thing is huge. And then every time I start to like get down and out, I have to shift my energy, and then magic just starts to happen. And what I find is, if we can get into meditation, raise our frequency, get up into 3D. It's not about being here in 3D all the time. We're not just 3D beings. We're 5D beings, and up and up and up. So we need to be here doing the thing, but we need to be out here in 5D. Most of the energy, like 80%, should be happening in 5D, so that your physical effort is not going to be as intense. It's not work, 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 do. It's about being and doing, like having a balance there, and then you'll get the inspired action to go for it. Hope that makes sense.
That does make sense. Although there are some, there are those of us who are not balanced, right? And so we don't really know where is that balance, right? So how do, I mean, who's going to do it if I don't do it, right? So there are those of us who think that way, and that's not going to go away just by, okay, let me hope, right? Or let me send this out to the universe. There are those of us who have this analytical mind that are just like, I don't get that. I just don't get that. Like, maybe that's great for you, but it's not great for me, or it's not going to happen to me. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard this before, where people will say, "Oh yeah, that works for you," right? So I want to go into this space of finding your purpose in relation to what you've done. Is 16 years ago, you started out doing something that you just absolutely really love, which is so creative, which is graphic design. But before then, you actually had put into the universe that you didn't like this job that you were doing, and all of a sudden, the next day, you're laid off. And so now you're like, whoa, this really works, and it works like within 24 hours. I want to talk about how you've manifested in the last 16 years within like that kind of a period, and finding your purpose throughout the 16 years has been a journey for you. But, a lot of people are like, I can't think 16 years in the future. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. So
yeah, all I was doing was, I am in the right career for me, making more money. And I got there. It took a little work after getting laid off, but got there. Did the schooling and got hired, and yes, got there. But before that, I was doing energy healing. So it really took me being in the energy world to bring it all together, because it made me realize, oh, there is more to this 3D reality. It's not just 3D reality. There's so much more, and there's energy healing, and this is real. This stuff works, and it's amazing. And yeah, it's progression over time to start to believe maybe I can get help. Like with me helping with the graphics, I was just like, let me just share and help and see and it was something that helped out with this thing now. So that's like one little sign from the universe for you, like, okay, you can get help. Sometimes, like, I do all the things for I do my website, I do the videos. There is no one but me doing all the things here for what I do.
right.
I do all the things. So I create that, and but there's a tribe to help with other things like like what do you need done to your house? What do you need done to the yard? I don't know, like there's a community that will come together to do their specialty, and mine is energy and spiritual teaching and working with people in that realm. And you know what I mean? And that's where like I've channeled this and cultivated like this knowledge and this wisdom, and now it's just built up to this new program that I'm offering for everyone, say the Sacred Soul Star Healing Program, and I'm offering that to people, and that's going to start January 2021. We're going into astrology. I'm offering soul star activations to tune you into your purpose energetically. Star activations. We're talking about the 7 hermetic principles, ancient mystery schools. We're going to go into crystals and gemology, full moon, new moon. How are we going to tap into that energy to manifest what we desire, release what we don't, work with the moon phases. Like there's so much. So if you can go to maggiesbliss.com or and then you can find Sacred Soul Star Healing under the classes, or you can go to maggiesbliss.com/Sacred Soul Star Healing. You'll go there and you'll see all that it's about. I am offering a 10% discount for that, which is amazing because I'm already doing a nice discount already. So you can get 10% off if you send to me, the code FYPF. But
I want to go into your bonuses really quick in relation to just a couple of things. The top 3 things that you are recommending for people that they do so that they are able to find their purpose within their energy spectrum. And here we are talking about crystals. We're talking about Feng Shui. We're talking about, the whole idea of putting it out into the universe. All right. And creating a space for themselves to really see something happen. Like, okay, let's see what happens. So, for example, with the lightning bolt hitting the sand, I forgot what it's called, but it's on the top of my head. That
fulgurite.
Right, the fulgurite. So, let's talk about how are we going to manifest in a way that's going to make sense for people so that they can actually start seeing, like, for example, the flowers. What are the top 3 simple things that people can do? Like you said, you put it out to the universe, but let's talk about them and how they can do this. The top 3 things.
Top 3 things? Well, of course, your intention and your focus and dedication to your energy. Coming into gratitude, start a gratitude journal. That was one of the things that I started way back when, and that was such a huge help. Coming into gratitude for, like, write 3 things every day. When you get yourself into that frequency and that vibration, you raise your vibe, you raise it, and you come and things start to magically happen in that way as well. Gratitude is powerful. And then you can do some feng shui, clutter, clear your home, your wallet, start small, don't overwhelm yourself. And then you're going to clear out the space for something new to come in. If you're overloaded with clutter and stuff, it's going to just overload you, and you're not going to have the space to call in, right? The universe will have a vacuum to rush in and help you on your path. And meditate. Oh my God, so huge. 5 minutes a day. You don't even have to do 2 hours once a month. That's not powerful. What's powerful is every day. So if it's only 5 minutes, do it 5 minutes a day. And you can do it as a walking meditation in nature. If you're one of those, like, I can't stop moving and thinking, start walking and meditate. And then you'll find that you're going to be in a better space. You're going to be healthier and connected.
That's great. I love walking meditation. It's very helpful. And do you listen to anything when you meditate?
Yeah, I love, love, love to be guided. So I have a ton of those on that I have led people on my YouTube. So that's why, right? My passion. So I want to be guided. So I'm always looking for different guided meditations, because that helps me get out of my brain. And then I'm walking on a path, or I'm out in the universe and space, wherever they're leading us. And then if I decide to go off and on my own during the meditation, great. But they got me there by leading me in, and just, so I do like that. And sometimes I'll just have music. Definitely the Solfeggio frequencies. They're powerful.
I loved your guided meditation. I love your bowls. I love this idea of clearing out and moving things. That's clarity is no clutter is beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, I I've always been a big advocate of anything that I can't fit into a couple of backpacks. That, you know, it just goes. It's not part. Yeah,
Love
except for my
it.
books. Except for my books. So now we are at our time, and we're at the end of this segment. I want to make sure that everyone who's watching goes to findyourpurposefriday.com so that you can get the bonuses from Maggie. These bonuses will be up in the next 96 hours. We're going to create a really cool bonus page for all of the speakers that they'll be a part of, and it's going to be really pretty and neat and very organized, and not too much clutter. And Maggie's information will be there so you can connect with her, and you can get some really cool bonuses from her on that page. So I want to thank you very much for not only your help, but your guidance, and your crystals are amazing. I just like, wow, how beautiful. The pyramid is just amazing. So thank you so much for that. That's just beautiful.
Thank you. And thank you so much for inviting me. I have had so much fun with you guys, and I can't wait to see what else is coming today. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. All right.
Maggie.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day, and thank you so
too.
much. I can't wait to see your bonuses.
Me too.